Friends, last time we understood about the electric charge. We took that electron is negatively charged particle, its charge is 10 to the 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 9. I said Coulomb, okay, Coulomb is SI unit, okay, SI. So it is a larger unit. As for example, kilogram is SI unit, but gram is CGS unit. So there is certain unit of the charge is CGS. So what is electric charge actually? Electric charge like mass. A particle has mass. In the same way, a particle has charge. Only two particles possess charge, which are the electron and proton. Although other particles, as for example, I said proton and neutrons are made up of the quarks. And I give the two name of the two quarks, one up quarks, another down quarks. Quarks also possess the charge, but quarks cannot exist separately like electron proton. Like I said, when you rub two bodies, electron transfer from one body to another body. That I said. So quarks cannot transfer like this. Quarks can remain separate from other quarks for very small time interval. That time interval is 10 to the power minus 8 second or even smaller than that. So separate existence of quarks is not possible. Okay. So electron is the body or the particle which not has been further divided. When we discuss starts from universe, I said electron, proton and neutron, and we will study further, but further study to understand regarding subatomic particle will study in further physics. So we are moving up to electron, proton and neutron. Out of these three, I said proton and neutrons are divided further. They are made up of quarks, down quarks, or they are made up of the quarks. But electron is individual particle. It is indivisible part also, individual as well as indivisible particle. It's a unit particle. It has mass. It has charge. So charge is a physical quantity like mass. Is it clear? It's not like a cap that you can remove the cap. Okay, but suppose you have height, you have body, you have color. It is quite possible your color may change, but your height cannot change. You cannot pull out your height out of your body. You cannot remove that. In the same way, particle has charge. Which particle? Electron has charge. So charge is nothing but the physical quantity associated with it. It's a property of it. Is it clear? So the value of electronic charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, although it is negative. Okay, and in the same way, electronic charge, or you can say proton has charge, same 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, but it is positive. Okay, and hydrogen possesses one electron and one proton. So total charge of the hydrogen is 0. Right? Many things you will study in chemistry, but this is regarding to the charge of electron. After this, we are going to understand. I said this is SI unit, so I am going to give you an information. Not you have to understand, but here it is information regarding. You have to remember it. Okay. Other units of the electric charge. So what are the other units of electric charge? You have to note down, right? So the first of all, I will give you the unit of electric charge. It is known as Stedtcoulomb. It is also known as ESU. Okay, I am writing here. And what is the value of it? It is a CGS unit of electric charge. Okay. So let us write down 1 ESU coulomb, or you will write down 1 Stedtcoulomb. This is the CGS unit of electric charge. Is it clear? So 1 Stedtcoulomb is how much coulomb? Like do you know there is relation. right? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilo. There's a relation between these two. In the same way, 1000 gram equal to 1 kilogram. How many state coulomb is equal to 1 coulomb? ये आपको remember, you have to remember this. तो उसके लिए मैं आपको लिखवाता हूँ. Okay, so you may note down that what is the 1 state coulomb. You may write down the relation is this: 1 state coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9. Okay, state coulomb. Sorry, let's remove this. Okay, so 1 coulomb is equal to this. 1 coulomb, this is a bigger unit, SI unit, you know, and is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 state coulomb. So this is the relation. Okay, remember this. Like 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, 4 gram, like 1000 gram, if you calculate, you will say 1 kilogram. 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, like this 1000 meter, you will take jointly, you will say 1 kilometer. In the same way, 3 into 10 to the power 9 state coulomb, if you take the total charge, will be 1 coulomb. And charge of electron is 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, very small. 1 coulomb charge is very big, large amount of charge, you can say. It's a bigger unit. Okay, so this is a first relation you may note down. Another relation or another is also known as like this. 1 coulomb, another unit, is 1 absolute coulomb. Okay, AB. How much is? 1 by 10 absolute coulomb. This is how another unit of electric charge. Okay, so 1 ABC. It is also right to be discussing electromagnetic. It is also written like this: 1 EMU charge. Okay, like I said, this is ESU, electrostatic unit. In the same way, this is electromagnetic. Okay, so 1 EMU, 1 ESU or 1 EMU. This I can write down the relation of all the three. Yes, तीनों का मैं relation लिख देता हूँ. You may note down the relation like this: that 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 state coulomb. Okay, or ESU charge, ESU. Okay, ESU coulomb is equal to 1 upon 10 AB coulomb or EMU unit coulomb of the charge. So this is what the relation of it. Okay, the largest one is practically what we are using the charges. Gradually we will understand about it. Another is Faraday. 1 Faraday is 96,500. I am writing here 1 Faraday charge is equal to 96,500 coulomb charge. So 96,500 coulomb charge, if you collect, you will say 1 Faraday charge is there. This we will study in further physics. We will prove it, and these are some of the practical, you can say, units of the charge. And it is a bigger one, the largest one. Faraday is the largest one. Okay, so I think you understood all this. Let's remove this. Now we'll write down the same statement again. What is the relation of 1 coulomb? And you may have the number of questions based upon this. 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 state coulomb. Okay, this is CGS unit. It is SI unit. In the same way, it is 1 upon 10 absolute coulomb charge. It is EMU, electromagnetic unit. This is electrostatic unit, and this is a SI unit. So this is the relation. You may have the question based upon. Remember it, we will discuss the number of the MCQs based upon it. And when we will discuss the MCQ, you must have this numbers in your brain. You must recall this. Okay, this should be always remembered. Right, in exam, you will not be given what is the charge of electron. During the study of physics, you must remember it. It should be automatically enter in your subconscious mind. Okay, so don't forget this. These are what the regarding to the charge of electron. Okay. Now, when I was teaching, I said you that atom is made up of electron. It is made up of proton. Last one is made up of neutron. Okay. See, this is individual part. It is indivisible. It is not further divided. But these two are divided. I said these two are made up of quarks. Okay, and they are of two type of the quarks are there. So let us study what also. Up quarks, and another is this down quarks. See, the charge of proton is E. How much it is? That is Q equal to E. How much it is? The value I am writing here 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. This is a symbol of charge. It's its value. So E equal to, you know very well, 1.6 10 to the power minus. So charge of proton is this. What is charge of neutron? What is charge of neutron? No charge. Charge of neutron equal to 0. Okay? It is neutral electrically. Charge of the neutron is 0. It is neutral electrically but made up of the quarks. And what are the charges of quarks? A quark, okay, a quark has charge 2/3 of electronic charge, and or the positive charge. You can say it is positive. And down quarks, okay, down quark has charge 1/3 of electron minus. I said you earlier that free existence of quarks is not possible, or it is for very small time until they can be separated and merge again to form proton and neutron. Why it is so? We will understand in further. There is one law we are discussing, quantization of electric charge. In this we will understand, right? And if you study very well gradually further physics, you will be able to understand. The whole picture will be clear for you. So gradually we are going to enter in it. Right now we are studying superficial knowledge, right? What we understand directly by observation. So up quarks and down quarks are of this value. Let us form proton positive charge E and form neutron total charge 0 by using this two quarks. Okay, how to form this? Can we say it is look like this? See carefully. Can we say here that proton, okay, proton is made up of like this, up quarks, down quarks. Check it. Let us check it. Okay, 2 up quark plus 1 down quark. Second, 2/3e positive, okay, plus 2/3e positive plus minus 1/3e. I said you charges are readily. Okay, so if you add them, it is 2 times of 2/3e minus 1/3e. Can we say it is 3/3e? That is E, and it is positive. How much it is? 1.6. So proton is formed. Understood? This is how the formation of proton is this. So Q of the proton, charge of the proton, or Q is formed by UUD. Okay, 2 of quarks, one down quark. Similarly, how to form neutron? Okay, to form neutron, what will you do? Okay, total charge of neutron equal to 0. How to get it? So if you take one up quark, another down quark, and a third one also down. So one up quark plus two down quark. Let us take this plus 2 by 3e minus 1 by 3e minus 1 by 3e. So it is 2 by 3e positive, 2 by 3e negative, total charge 0. Okay, so neutron, okay, neutron is made up of 1 up quark plus 2 down quark. Okay, that's why it is UDD. This is UDD. So this is how there is formation of proton and neutron, but electron is not divided further. Okay, so remember it, and if you are going to remember this, electron is indivisible particle, you will be able to understand the law which I am going to discuss, which is very important for you, and it is known as quantization of electric charge. So let's study what is quantization of electric charge. So here it is, quantization of electric charge. Okay, see, what do you mean by the quantization? First word, the word Greek quanta means a specific amount. Okay, it is specific amount, एक निश्चित वैल्यू उसे बोलेंगे क्वांटा, वन क्वांटा. So quantization of electric charge. Electric charge are observed in certain values only. Okay, how it is so? Before I give the statement of it, we will prove it. हम इसे prove करेंगे. Okay, then we will understand that quantization you have seen in 11th standard. Okay, so let us check. I said, how do you get the charge? Have you observed how you are getting the charge? So one of the process of getting charge on some body is process of rubbing. So by friction, if one body is rubbed with another body, by friction, I said I have given number of example like rubber. Okay, while it is rubbed with the hair. Okay, so rubber will get, or rubber balloon will get negative charge and hair will get positive charge. Okay, I will give the which body will get positive charge, which body will get negative. So some of the example I will, and many of the example you can have in reference books. So let us see quantization of electric charge. We are going to understand by this process how a body gets charge. So first, when two body brought in contact, it is rubbed, electron transfer from one body to another body. So let us check this. This is the body A and this is the body B. Okay, this body is electrically neutral, like a rubber ball is electrically neutral. Okay, it is not having any charge, but when it is brought in contact with the hair and it is rubbed with the hair, it gets charge. Okay, it gets electron. Electron comes from the hair to the rubber ball or rubber balloon. So before the electron was transferred from hair to the rubber balloon, the rubber balloon was electrically neutral. That means total number of the positive charge and negative charge, that means total number of electron and proton on the rubber balloon was same. In the same way, B is also electrically neutral. Other body which is going to be rubbed with the first body, it has also total charge 0. The number of electron and number of proton always in any atom will be same. Okay, We will discuss by getting certain examples, and we will calculate how many electrons are there. We will calculate how many protons are there. We will calculate, suppose you have the glass of water, 100 ml of the water, how many electrons are there? If you are taking the water 100 ml, how many electrons you drink? In this way, we will calculate everything, but gradually we will understand. So let us understand here. The A body is electrically neutral, means A body is made up of the atom, whatever the body it is, and every atom has same number of electron and proton. So electrically neutral, this is also electrically neutral. Okay. Now suppose they are rubbed with each other. They are rubbed with each other, and A body is such that it will transfer electron, it will release electron, and body B will gain electron. So here I will write down the number, okay, number of electron, right, transfer from A, okay, and A to body B, number of electron, and that's why charge possessed or acquired by body. Okay, so we will write down this here, number of electron transfer from body A to B, and we will get the how much charge total obtained or acquired by body, both body, both A and B. C, while it is rubbed, suppose one electron transfer from A to B. So number of electron transfer from A to B. So how much charge will acquired by? So I am writing here number of electron n. N is a symbol of number of electron. So only one electron transfer first. Okay, only one electron, number of electron, one transfer to B. How much charge is acquired by A or B? So charge A will acquire how much charge? Suppose there was 10 electron and 10 proton in this body. So total charge was 0, but one electron transfer. So here left only 9 electron, but 10 proton. So it has one proton charge excess. So can we say this will have the E charge or positive charge? How much it is? 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. And the charge on B was having total charge, suppose 20 electron and 20 proton, it was neutral, 0. But one electron comes from A, so it has now 20 proton, whereas 21 electrons, so it has negative charge. How much it is? QB will be minus E, or you can say 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, but it will be negative. Understood? So this is the charge acquired by it. Suppose 2 electron transfer, you rub more, and 2 electron transfer, one another. So what is the charge acquired by this? QA 2 times of E. And what about this? QB 2 times of E, but negative. Suppose 3 electron transfer. What is QA? QA will be 3E. What about QB? Minus 3E. Suppose 4 electron transfer. You will say QA will be 4E and QB will be minus 4E. Understood? Further, if you have more, number of electron transfer over here will be this N. So what will be this? Ne, and what will be the charge on body B? Ne, but it will be negative. Understood? So this is the total charge acquired by any body. How much it is? N times of charge of electron, n times of fundamental charge. Fundamental particles are there. Atom is made up of the 3 fundamental particles. Which are they? Atoms is made up of electron, proton, and neutron. So fundamental particle, and out of this, proton and neutron are at the center portion of the atom. So they are very strongly bound. It's not easy to bring proton and neutron out of it. Electrons are weakly bound in the atom, so they transfer from one body to another body. And you can see that one electron can transfer, half electron cannot transfer because it is indivisible body. Electron cannot divide it further. Till today, right now I am discussing, number of the experiments are going on in the universe or entire world. in the physics. Number of the labs are there in labs are there on the physics they are working, and it is found that till today electron has not been divided further. Electron is indivisible particle. So electron will transfer either entirely or will not transfer. Half electron cannot transfer. So can we say electron as an entire body it will travel? So one electron transfer, how much charge will obtained by it? If one electron transfer, the charge obtained by it will be E. 2 electron transfer charge will obtain by this. 3 electron transfer charge will obtain by 3E. 4 electron charge and electron transfer charge total obtained by the body will be Ne. What is N here? Whole number, always integer. It will be never in fraction. You can't say 1/3 electron transfer. You can't say 1/4 electron transfer because it is not divided further. That's why this is the quantization. You will get charge either E or 2E or 3 in a certain quanta only. What is the last, or you can say smallest quanta? 1.6 10 to the power minus E charge. In that quanta only. So this is the quantization, law of quantization, right? Quantization of electric charge means whenever a body will get charge in the universe, the charge will always total integral multiple of fundamental charge, that is E. So Q equal to any equation you are getting here, Q equal to Ne, where N is number of electron, or you can say proton, or number of fundamental charge particle, and E is 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 fundamental charge. Understood? So this is the equation, and the law I am speaking by word. What is it? The total charge acquired by any body or total charge obtained by any body is always integer multiple of fundamental charge, that is charge of electron. This is nothing but the law of quantization or quantization of electric charge. Okay, so it's a law of quantization of electric charge, and using this we can find out how many you can say electrons are required to get 1 coulomb charge on a body. Like these two bodies are continuously up, and this is number of electrons. How many electrons are transferred that this will get 1 coulomb negative charge and it will become 1 coulomb positive charge? So you have to use this equation. You will understand this equation, how to calculate. I will discuss it right afterwards. So remember this quantization of electric charge. Again I repeat, Q equal to Ne, N is always integer, and E is a fundamental charge particle. This is the equation of quantization of electric charge, and wordings is this: any body found in the universe, right? Any body acquired charge in the universe always equivalent to the total charge acquired by the body is always equivalent to the integer multiple of fundamental charge, that is charge of electron. Okay, this is quantization of electric charge. Now I am going to explain how many electrons are required, right, to get 1 coulomb negative charge on a body. When two bodies are rubbed with each other, I see the electron transfer from one body to another body. So how much charge is acquired by body while certain number of electrons are transferred? Or you can say, if 1 coulomb charge is acquired by the body, how many electrons are transferred from that body to another or another? So here it is found, one example we took, that suppose body A is rubbed with another body B. A transfer the electron from A to B. So here this body will acquire positive charge and this body will acquire negative charge. Okay, so A will become positively charged body and B will become negatively charged body. You have to understand it well. So deficiency of electron will generate positive charge of the body, and excess number of the electron will generate the positive charge of the body. Sorry, negative charge of the, and deficiency of electron will produce positive charge, and excess of electron will produce negative charge. So it is very clear for you. Understood? Now let us check this. How many electrons? Suppose n number of electrons are transferred. Okay, and here total charge acquired by 1 coulomb negative. How to find out it? Can we simply write down in this way? The total charge acquired by the body and number of electron, okay, transfer. So suppose one electron transfer. How much charge will acquire by body? 1.6 10 to the power of minus 19. That is 1 coulomb. This coulomb 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. One electronic charge is obtained by body when one electron is transferred. But total charge to be acquired by body is 1 coulomb. Then how many number of electrons is required to be transferred? So can we say here the number of electrons required to be transferred? I am writing as n. So n equal to 1 into 1 by this. So it is 1 upon 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. Is it clear? This will be 0.625 10 to the plus 19 10 to the power, or 6.25 10 to the power 18. Can we say it is 625 into 10 to the power 18 into, okay, 2, if you want it will be number of 16. So this is the number of electron to be transferred required while a body has to acquire 1 coulomb charge. So A will acquire 1 coulomb charge if this number of electron are transferred from A to B, and B will acquire 1 coulomb negative charge when this number 6.25 10 to the power 18 number of electrons are transferred from A to B. B will acquire 1 coulomb negative charge. So this is your to remember. It is very useful formation, and by equation you are getting in this way that Q equal to NE directly from equation. You want Q equal to 1 coulomb. You want how many number of electrons are required to acquire the 1 coulomb total charge, and the value of E automatically right known to you 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. You just place like n equal to total charge required upon E. So it is 1 coulomb required divided by 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, and you will get n equal to 6.25 10 to the power plus 18 number of electrons. So by the simple understanding of the right things, and this is how from the equation you will get how you can calculate the number of electron required to get the particular amount of charge on any body. Okay. Now this is one example, and now we will understand how to charge any body. How can we charge any body? कोई भी बॉडी को हम चार्ज कैसे कर सकते हैं? तो पहले तो हमने बताया, फर्स्ट आई एक्सप्लेन ड्यूरिंग आवर एक्सप्लेनेशन दैट friction is one method. By friction you can charge one body. Okay, this is the example we understood. I am going to give you certain you can say name of the body which will acquire after friction positive or negative charges. Okay, so let us take this one. See, when fur a sort of you can say cloth, okay, fur or glass or woolen. This is a glass, okay, this is wool, this is fur. All these three body will acquire positive charge. Usually when rubbed with this body they will acquire positive charge, they will release electron. With other which body, it is this one, plastic, okay, amber a sort of body, then silk, and it is nothing but the ebonite or rubber. Okay, so I'm writing this plastic. Okay, so P stands for plastic, okay, and amber, silk, ebonite and rubber. So P stands for plastic. Okay, they all will acquire negative charge, means electron will come from this one. This is nothing but the amber. As for silken cloth, okay, it is ebonite, a particular type of material. It is rubber. Okay, like have you seen a black body on the certain type of the pen, black handle, like on the cooker, right? Cooker has black handle. That black handle is nothing but the ebonite, like very hard black body. So this will get, all this will get the negative charge, they will get the positive charge. So these are the just example to remember. Understood? Now I am discussing the conservation of electric charge. Very important law of conservation of electric charge. Okay, many times in theory you will be asked one question: what is law of conservation of electric charge? So we explain this, how many electrons are required to get the 1 coulomb charge or n coulomb charge, like this. Okay, and using this we can calculate how many electrons or protons are there. Gradually we will come to that point also, as I said you what number of electrons or protons are there in 1 kilogram copper or a glass of water, like this. You can calculate everything. Okay, but step by step we are going to understand. So let us take the next step or next law, and this is nothing but the very important law of conservation of electric charge. So let us check what is law of conservation of electric charge. I said you that to understand physics, mainly there are 7 laws. Which are they? First law of Newton, second law of Newton, third law of Newton, then conservation of linear momentum, then law of conservation of angular momentum, then law of conservation of energy, and we are going to this last one, law of conservation of electric charge. Okay, to understand it, let us take an example of a box which is the electrically isolated box. What do you mean by electrically isolated? Electrically isolated box means from this box no charge can comes out and no charge can enter inside the box from outside. Okay, so this is electrically neutral, or sorry, electrically isolated box. And suppose some hydrogenic atom is there inside. This can be hydrogenic atom. As for example, hydrogen is there. Hydrogen consists of 1 proton and 1 electron. Suppose some ray, okay, a ray which has very high ionizing power. So what is the meaning of ionizing power? You will able to understand in further study of physics. I can give you explanation only. What do you mean? What do you mean by ionization? Every molecule made up of 2 things. Like HCl, you are taking as a hydrogen positive, chlorine negative. H2SO4, if you take H double plus or H2 and SO4 double negative minus. So this is what we are going to understand, that every molecule is made up of 1 positive and negative charge. Right now you understand up to this. Further detailed study you will study in further physics. So right now when some energy is given to that molecule, or some process takes place to select chemical process or any sort of the process is taking place on that molecule, and if the positive ion and negative ion get separated, that this process is called, or positive charge and negative charge get separated, then this process is called the ionization. So this is the gamma ray which is having very high ionizing power. So while this gamma ray is allowed to enter it, before allowed to enter it, in this box there is only right hydrogenic substance, like hydrogen gas only. Suppose no other things is there. Every hydrogen atom is consists of 1 proton and 1 electron. So while the gamma ray is allowed to enter in it, the hydrogen will absorb energy due to this gamma rays incident, and it will divide in 1 proton, 1 electron. Like this. If it is divided in this way, suppose 3 of them comes in reflection and gamma rays comes out. Okay. So this is the after gamma rays enter, and before gamma ray enter, before gamma rays enter, okay, in box. Total charge in box was 0 neutron. Every hydrogen atom, so there was no charge. So can we say the total charge before the gamma rays enter, before this process takes place of ionization, okay, the total charge was 0. After ionization, after gamma ray, okay, enter in box, the charge, you get positive charge. What is the total positive charge? You get three times of charge of positive charge, 3 times of proton, and you get the negative charge Q2. What is it? 3 times of minus E, 3 electrons. What is the total charge? Total charge you get this one. The total charge you get Q equal to Q1 plus Q2. That is 3 positive charge and 3 negative charge. Okay, I'll say plus 3 plus minus 3 charge. What is total charge? 3E minus 3E, total charge 0. Because charges are always additive. Can we say before one process is ionization, particular sort of process. So here, before process and after process, the total charge remains as it is. Consider there would be one electron already and rest hydrogen particles. When this gamma ray enters, before gamma ray enter, here it will be Q equal to E minus E, this much charge, one electronic charge. After passing gamma ray, suppose again 3 hydrogen are ionized or separated, 1 3 E and 3 minus E charges are produced. Okay, so, but it was 1 electron, so total negative charge will be 4 times. So here it will be 4 times of minus E, and here it will be only 3 proton, 3 times of positive E. So again it will be the minus E charge will left. So what I want to say, before the process and after process, total charge remains as it is. This is known as it is means conservation. Law of conservation of electric charge. So what do you mean by the law of conservation of electric charge? It is in case of the electrically isolated system, the total charge will remain as it is. Like in chemical processes, before the chemical process takes place, chemical reaction takes place, and after the chemical reaction takes place, the total charge always remains same before and after. Okay, so charge cannot be produced, cannot be destroyed. Further, can we understand this example that when two bodies are rubbed with each other, one body transfer electron from itself to other, in that case also the total charge remains as it is. The charge is not produced, it is neither produced, cannot be destroyed. So law of conservation of electric charge, if you are asked this question, you have to write down that statement, that for an electrically isolated system, the total charge will remain always constant. That is called law of conservation of electric charge. And if you are asked that this question in 3 marks, you have to explain by taking such box and explanation in writing everything. You will explain by wordings and you will give this example, and after that you will write down the final statement. Or to write down any answer of any question, the best way to write, suppose you are asked this law of conservation of electric charge, you first of all in inverted comma you are writing the statement, and then you are going to explain, and finally you will say the conclusion. This is how the statement is true. This is in this way the process of explanation, or to give the answer such as you can get the good marks in theory part.